Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Race of the Week, presented by the Auxiliary Gate Network. I'm CC Broadus. Welcome. We want to remind everybody to like and subscribe. Let's get that out of the way. I have no idea why, but we'd like for you to do it. So, if you could just uh, take a second and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below on who you like in Saturday's Indiana Derby. Now, let's take a look at the field for the Indiana Derby on Saturday. I want to make a note. Number 9, Desert Gate from the Bob Baffert barn is scratched. He was the favorite in this week's Indiana Derby. He's going to opt for the Iowa Derby at Prairie Meadows, I believe, on the same day. So now we have a new favorite. If you want to look on the right-hand side of the screen, that's the fair odds that we've projected. A leading change 9-5 from the Brad Cox barn, just making his second lifetime start. So interesting to see how the betting goes, but we've got leading change as the early favorite. Now, let's take a look at our pace projector, our $3.5 million pace projector, and our AI system didn't do a very good job this time, but as you can see, there's some mistakes on here, but we're going to run with it anyway. Number 6, Creole Chrome, and number 7, Out of the Woods, should set the pace early. Uh, Slight edge to Creole Chrome, 7, Out of the Woods, should land in a perfect stalking position on his outside. Also note number 4, Our Money Man, number 8, Leading Change, should be up there as well. And if Leading Change doesn't get hung out wide into that first turn, he might be sitting in the garden spot. It's also, we want to note that the pace projector says that it's going to be an honest to hot tempo, so things could get heated up early. A lot of it depends on what Out of the Woods does. Anyway, let's get started and let's go over this field. All right, number 1 is Lighter from the Rudy Brissett barn, a son of Constitution. Marcelino Pedroza picks up the mount here. This horse is 1-for-2 lifetime. In his debut, he won for fun at 6-5 odds, winning off by 7.5 lengths at Horseshoe Indianapolis, going 6 furlongs. In his second start, he stretched out to a mile, 1 turn mile, of course, at Churchill Downs. He finished 7 lengths behind Prize Pick, who was one of a plethora of Brian Lynch winners over the meet. Prize Pick really hurt my feelings on opening day, or excuse me, on Derby day. I would have had a pick 5 on the last race, but Prize Pick upset my hopes there. No shame losing that horse. He finished 7 lengths back. However, I think this might be a bridge too far for Lighter in here. He will not be in my top 3. Another horse that won't be in my top 3. Number 2, Mr. T, a son of Sahara Sky, an Indiana bred, who's 3-for-6 lifetime. He's won over $160,000. The bulk of that coming really against Indiana breds. Last time he finished second, beating 4 lengths in the Sagamore Stakes at Indiana, Horseshoe Indianapolis. He's cross-entered in another race on the same day, so I'm not sure what the plans are there, but I don't think the field will miss him either way. We've got him at 50 to 1 on our fair odds line. Okay, number 3, Zenal, a horse that turned heads earlier in the spring. He had a really nice debut effort at Santa Anita in early April, and they shipped him to Kentucky, and he was cross-entered in a couple of turf stakes races as a maiden. Trainer Jonathan Thomas did not go for either one of those races. He, in fact, opted for a maiden special weight on the grass at Churchill. Things didn't go to plan. He was sent off at nearly 7-2, and he was beaten soundly by 11 lengths by CU in Canada, who showed up in a stakes at Saratoga in his next start. After that, Jonathan Thomas shipped him to Horseshoe Indianapolis, where he did win a maiden race over Bold Stand, a horse from the Godolphin barn. It was 11.5 lengths back to third. This horse earned a really nice fig in that race. So, a horse that's on the improve. Would not be surprised at all to see this horse maybe hit the board in this week's Indiana Derby. A horse that you could use to round out your superfecta. Let's go to number 4, Our Money Man. Maybe the now horse in the race. This horse has gotten really good as of late for Brett Calhoun. This is a son of Mr. Money, a horse that was campaigned by Calhoun and Allied Racing Stable, who also owned this horse. Our Money Man has earned $332,000 lifetime 3 for 8 lifetime, 4 seconds, 1/3. Never been off the board in those 8 starts. Last seen finishing second to further ado, the winner of the Bluegrass Stakes and one of the favorites in this year's Kentucky Derby. He finished a really nice second. Had a really nice trip as well, though. But he was running through the wire. Uh, if you look at his Thorograph sheet, this horse has really come to hand as of late, and he may have a forward move in him here. I like him a lot. Looks like he's going to project out to a decent stalking position behind the speed. So yeah, our money man will be on all my tickets. Number 5 is Bricklin, son of Nyquist. 2 for 7 lifetime. Uh, Been soundly beaten, although nothing to be ashamed of. He finished last in the Long Branch Stakes, beaten 8 3/4 lengths. Prior to that, he was fourth of 8 in the Arkansas Derby, and prior to that, he was third in the Sunland Derby out in New Mexico. Been off a while. Another horse that's cross-entered in that Iowa Derby. So not sure what the connections are thinking here. I don't know which way they're going to go. Does have some nice works leading into this. 8 to 1 on the morning line. We've got him at 20 to 1, however. So he will not be on any of our tickets. Although this is a horse, maybe it could pick up fourth in your superfecta if you're trying to maybe catch a decent price in there. All right, number 6 is Creole Chrome, a son of Volatile for the Joe Sharp barn. Junior Alvarado flies in to take the mount. This guy was very impressive, beating 4 overmatched Louisiana breds at Evangeline Downs last time, going a 2-turn mile. He won by 18 lengths. Really impressive performance. 4 for 7 lifetime. Once again, those wins coming against Louisiana breds. He has run against Open Company twice. He was fourth, beating a mile in the Bluegrass Stakes, and he was sixth, beating 11 lengths in the Pat Day Mile behind Crude Velocity and Englishman. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Like we saw in the pace projector, Creole Chrome figures to be on the lead, and I think if he gets to a clear lead, he's very dangerous in here. So, 6 to 1 on their morning line. He's 5 to 2 on our fair odds line. So, a horse that you want to keep an eye on Saturday. Number 7, Out of the Woods, a horse that had won 2 in a row coming into his last start in the Delaware Derby. On Derby Day, Kentucky Derby Day, he went wire to wire, beating Sovereign Law and Our Money Man in an allowance race. Then they shipped him to Delaware, and he was no match for Big Cuddle, who was just coming off a big win on Preakness Day. I think he won the Sir Barton Stakes there. So Big Cuddle, a really nice horse, may show up in the Haskell in his next start, I think. So Out of the Woods, nothing wrong with him. He'll be probably stalking the early leader, and then it's just a matter of how good he is and how fast they go. I think obviously a horse that has some talent. 9 to 2 on their morning line. He's 5 to 1 with us, and he's one that you want to include underneath. Not going to be on my top selection sheet, but nonetheless a really nice horse. And rounding out the field, number 8, Leading Change, the son of Gunrunner, $800,000 Keeneland September yearling purchase for Wathman Racing. Brad Cox trains. Arad Ortiz ships in to ride this guy, and man, he was all the rage in his debut. 6 to 5, he was sent off and dominated a maiden special weight field, going 7 furlongs. Has some nice works coming into this. I mean, there's really not a lot wrong with this guy. Uh, you know. One thing I would point out, though, I'm looking at his morning line odds of 5 to 1. He'll certainly come down from that number. We've got him at 9 to 5, so he's going to take a lot of beating in here. But I would remind you what Harvey Pack used to say many years ago: never bet a horse as the favorite doing something he's never done before. And there's two things in here that he's never done before. He's never faced stakes company, and he's never gone 2 turns. So, he may win this race, but over time, you're going to go broke betting these types. So, I'm not going to pick him on top, but if I can find a single somewhere else in this Indiana Derby Day sequence, I'm definitely going to use this one. All right, let's take a look at my selections for the Indiana Derby. I've got number 4, Our Money Man on top. I just think he's going to trip out, and a horse that's really really in form right now. He looks like he's coming to hand. Brett Calhoun, obviously a top trainer, horse that's never been off the board. So our money man would be my top selection. Number six, Creole Chrome is a wire-to-wire threat, and it all depends on what Out of the Woods does. If Luis Saez decides to press or even try to take the lead, there's a chance that things could heat up early. So Creole Chrome, hoping that Louis decides to take back and just let this other horse go. And of course, leading change, who will likely be the heavy favorite and probably the horse with the most upside. I'll put him in third, and maybe we'll let him develop into a superstar at a later date. All right. That's all for now. Good luck this weekend. I want to remind you to like and subscribe. Tell us who you like in the comments below. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.